The things I'm going to say are not for the faint-hearted. By that I mean, if you are one that is quick to bow under peer pressure and you want to do what everybody's doing, you might have to just leave this video now, because this is not for you.
Hi guys. Hi guys. Hi guys. Hey guys. Hi guys. Hi guys.
Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Rachel Biogena Desi. I'm a YouTuber shooting from Warri, Delta State, Nigeria. Today we're going to be talking about how to have a cost-effective wedding, and I'm going to be sharing particular examples about 7 to 10 ways in which we reduce costs drastically for our wedding. Now, as usual, I like to give a disclaimer or some disclaimers at the beginning of my video. Number one disclaimer is this video is not me bashing people that want a luxurious wedding. If you want a luxurious wedding and you can afford it, by all means. So everyone wants an affordable wedding and they want different ways in which to cut down costs, but this particularly is even for people that they're working with a very slim budget. And if you are working with a very slim budget and you're thinking of how you're going to cut down costs, the things I'm going to say are not for the faint-hearted. By that I mean, if you are one that is quick to bow under peer pressure and you want to do what everybody's doing, you might have to just leave this video now, because this is not for you. I'm not going to be doing a lot of things that people are doing. So if you're a peer pressure person, I'm particular about young people who really want to who are ready to spend the rest of their life with someone, and they are in a place where they're wondering, what am I paying for? What am I not paying for? I can't afford to pay for all of these. So if you have friends, or if you're in a place whereby you want to get married soon, but money is a major constant factor you've been thinking about, then please feel free to stay to the end of this video. You're going to enjoy it. Now let's move into it. Now, another disclaimer is that a lot of people say that you only get married once in your life, you know, all things being equal, so why not just spend all you have to spend? The idea of you only get once in your life, so have a wonderful wedding, does not always have to equate to expensive. The reason why a lot of things, the reasons why you might have a very expensive wedding, all in the name of you only get married once and all of that, is because you are not you are trying to do what everybody's doing, because there's so many things you can cut out from your wedding, and we look like you are just trying to cut out what people do normally. But the truth is, there are so many ways to make memories that, you know, to make lasting memories as far this is your only wedding day, that does not involve spending so much money. Do you understand? So the idea of this video really is to get you to think of ways you want to make memories of your wedding. For example, one of the things I'm going to mention is lights. You know, not having to get light and all those effects and those fog machines. Truth is, fog machines and lights would only make your pictures look more beautiful. I do not know. Please correct me if I'm wrong. If you're in planner, or if you know, whatever. If you know better than me in this, fog machine will not give any extra special memory to the moment. It won't. It wouldn't. Do you understand? But your pictures will look really wow and stuff. So why use the fog machine? We're trying to cut down costs. Do you get what I'm trying to do? So what I'm trying to do in this video is really get you to think of ways that you want your wedding to be memorable without spending so much money. So let's get right into it. Number one way that you can reduce money, which we didn't go this way, or we did a part of it, but number one is brutal. Do not do any party at all. Yes, nobody said that. There's no rule, no law anywhere, even in the Bible, that you have to do a party before you get married. The main ingredients to a wedding, to a marriage, is consent, parental consent, that is, and that's what we'll talk about. Paying your bride price. Your parents agree, you pay bride price. You can do that and not do a party. So I'm saying, if you don't even have any money at all, you can just save up money for the whole traditional thing. The problem here will just you convincing your parent that you are not about that life. And if you don't know how to do that, please go and see the other videos. I'll try to link them there on how we pulled off a 100-man wedding. So that will be the main work, convincing your parent that, oh, this is what we can afford, though. But ordinarily, if you don't have money, don't do a party. Save up 500k or less, depending on the tribe to which your wife or your to-be wife is from. Go and pay all the traditional things. Go to court and sign. I think in Delta here, in Warri here, probably spend like 28,000 ish. if you're going to sign in court, sign and go home. If your church is licensed, I don't mean registered, licensed by the marriage registry, good, even better for you. No need to go to registry. You have to just pay like 5K to the registry, then go to your church, your pastor, let him wed 2 of you. Your parents are there, go home. No party at all. That's the best way to save money if you are getting married. But if your mind did not carry it and it's okay, then go on to number 2. Number 2 is to pay and plan for things early. If your wedding is in December, for example, or you're not sure when it's going to be in, but you know it's going to be around that time, you find time to start planning and paying for things, because with the way the country is going, things get expensive every day, guys. I remember when I was getting some other things, and I went to buy disposable plates, yes, and I priced it for 5,000. So, okay, I'll come back. I didn't want to carry it. When I came back like a week to the wedding, it was 7,000 naira. That's 2,000 naira extra. Why? That's laughable, guys. If you we're planning a wedding, every 2,000 naira is good money. Do you understand? So try to start to buy things early, so you're not under any pressure. If you want to get married by December, it's a fine time to buy a bag of rice by January, because by January, bag of rice is cheaper than it is in December normally. It's even worse off now with the way the economy is shaking. So if you can start planning early, buy a bottle of wine early, 2 things will happen. For some things that the prices might not even reduce, the truth is it would reduce the pressure for you, such that all the money you're spending is you're not spending once. So you get some money, buy something. You get some money, pay for something. Number 3, know the important things. You and your partner, now for different people, there are different things that are going to be important to you. But it's a generally, there's some things that we can count as important and not, and I'm going to just list out some of the things I think are not important. But you and your partner should sit down, agree on what is important, scratch out what is not important, or pay for it last minute if you get money for them eventually. Now, number 1 that I put here is fog machines and extra lighting. Of course, you need a level of lighting for pictures and for the deco, which your decorator will do. But you know, all those extra steering wheel or fog machine or fireworks why? No, sincerely, you tell me why. Like I said before, if you can afford all of these things, this video is not for you. But if you sincerely cannot afford this, and then you don't have enough money for wedding, you're thinking of fog machine, then even you're not a serious person. Number 2, I put cakes. Guys, hear me out. Who says you must have a cake for your wedding? Now, for our wedding, from the very beginning, one of our friends, Olaye at the cake, gifted us our wedding cake for the white wedding. Beautiful. I wanted a very simple, minimalist cake. Yeah. So she gifted us, and that cancelled, and that settled it. We did not have a budget for cake. We didn't see why it was important. Trust me, if you don't cut a cake at your wedding, nobody will notice. And if anybody notices, it's not their wedding. We're not going to get another cake for our traditional wedding. But then we got gifted a cake for our traditional wedding. Thank you to our friends. Our best man gifted our second cake, Sanome. Thank you, Besto. And thank you, Lai. But the truth is, if these guys didn't give us cake, we wouldn't have gotten a cake. Because a wedding cake, at least, is like 30,000 naira, guys. You don't even know what 30,000 can do for you if you're planning a wedding on a very low budget. So I sincerely do not think that you need a wedding cake. Another thing that I think you can do to cut down costs is to make your cocktails yourself. Now, cocktails are not very difficult to make. I used to make Chapman when I was in school. There are other cocktails that the recipes are online. For mocktails, you know, so the recipes are online and you can try them beforehand. I know that a cocktail stand, an average cocktail stand, ranges from 50 to 100K. That is money. But so first of all, you don't even have to do cocktails. Serve your malt, let everybody go. But if you really want to do cocktails just to spice up the event, you don't have you can get a friend to do it for you, and you know, get glasses or get disposable cups. Get a friend to do it for you, and yeah, that works perfectly. That's what we did for our wedding. We got a church member to make Chapman and lemonades for us. Thank you very much, Priye. That's like a cost-effective way to do cocktails and mocktails. Another thing that I do not think is important is an expensive wedding dress. Yes, I know, it's your wedding dress, but guys, why are you paying for a wedding dress of over 150,000? Anything over 150,000 is way over the board. With 150,000 safe, It's too much. And don't forget, I'm not talking to you if it's not too much for you. One of the ways in which you can get a good wedding dress and pay 150 below, I'll give you different ways. One, you can rent a dress. Yeah, if you want something really glamorous, rent a dress. But anything you are renting should not pass 150,000. Once it passes 150,000, you are, I don't know. Another thing that you can do, which I've seen in recent time, is that if you want a style that is, for some reasons you can't rent a dress, you can do a collaboration with a tailor that you trust to deliver. Because have you seen my wedding disaster video? You should see it. You know the gist. Okay, so a tailor that you trust to deliver, there's a way they do it whereby you pay for just the workmanship, and they get or they themselves pay for the fabric. So most times they get people who already do rentals to pay for the fabric, and then after they make your dress, after your wedding day, you return the dress to them and they do whatever they want to do with the dress. You don't have to buy a dress, especially a very expensive dress. Your wedding is one day. Most people after their wedding, they never pick up their wedding dress anymore. Like, it just stays there. And don't tell me you are doing legacy for your children. Please calm down, I beg. There are many ways to do legacy for your children. That's not giving them wedding dress that you cannot afford in the first place, and putting yourself under unnecessary pressure. So no, you don't have to buy a wedding dress. Yeah, rent, borrow from anybody around you that did a wedding that you like their dress, and they will allow you to do fitting on it. Do a collabo with a tailor where you get to pay some of it, they pay some of it, and you are done. Another thing is a second dress. This second dress issue, I don't know. I know some people that I know some brides that had like 4 dresses in their reception, and I'm wondering why. Like, why you 4? In fact, you're even stressed out trying to go out. The session is barely 2 hours, and you're going out, coming in, changing, going out, coming. I don't know. If you are sincerely looking for ways to cut costs on your wedding, you don't have to have a second dress, especially if your first dress is simple. But if you think your first dress is really, really too complicated, and you want some freedom, which is some of the reasons why some people have a second dress, then get a simple dress. What I'm saying is, be creative, don't be conventional. You can wear a random dress. I was going to change into a dress I bought for like 500 naira. I bought it in a thrift store. It was a bobo dress. I really like it. I'm going to show you guys a picture. I was going to change into that dress if at all I wanted to change. I just had it handy just in case. But my chief bridesmaid ended up wearing it because her dress was red instead of burgundy, and it was going to look off. So she wore my dress, and yeah. That's what I'm going to wear for my second dress if at all I ever change. Of course, you don't have to go and buy a 500 naira dress. You can buy anything you want to buy. Yeah, I'm not saying that bobo is the main thing. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Next thing that I think you can cut to save cost is your traditional attire. There's not so much difference between a 7,000 naira gele and a 4,000 naira gele. Trust me, I saw it. Especially if you're not that kind of person. For example, before my traditional wedding, I don't think I can remember the last time I tied gele. Maybe 5 years ago. Now my traditional wedding is done. I've packed my gele in my bag. I don't know if I will ever wear it again, or if I will ever wear it anytime soon. You know the funny part with all of these traditional attire clothes? They go out of season. So in another 5 years, even the only thing that will be there is just your sentimental attachment to it. It's not worth it. Buy a 15,000 naira George, a 13,000, a 20,000 naira George. Buy something cheap or something affordable. Guys, this one was very. See, I wanted a dried flower kind of bouquet. They asked like 3 people, and they told me 20,000 naira. Someone said 25 for a bouquet that I was not even sure what I was going to do with it. I cancelled it. As at Saturday morning, I didn't have a bouquet, but out of peer pressure, by Saturday morning, I told her to go to the market to get me any burgundy flower she could see, and this is what she bought, guys. So I was going to walk down I was going to wrap this with a twine and walk down the aisle with this actually, and I kind of like it. And to think that after the wedding, there's nothing. It has been on the ground. I just picked it up from the ground right now. There's nothing we're going to do with it. This was like 2,500 naira, but I didn't use it again because my friend Olaye got mixed up flowers for me. She was supposed to use it for the cake, but she mixed it up for me. Go to the market yourself, yeah, and pick up random stuff and wrap it with something. And if you have to do a bouquet that is more than 5,000 naira, now To be sincere, I saw bouquets of 5,000 naira that was for rent, only that I didn't really like the ones I saw. So if you see something within that range, fine, but anything more than 5,000 naira, guys, go and buy flower. You can even buy different flowers and pick them together, but don't spend more than 5,000 naira for a bouquet. Guys, this one I want to say, like I said, pick what's important to you. My friend Olaye fought me for it, but it's your choice. Rings, guys. Okay, I'll show you pictures of our rings. So we wanted to buy black rings, but we didn't really see what we liked. Then we started looking out for other rings. Then we saw some rings, but I think they were made in South Africa, and they were like something $1,000. Okay, so we went back to Instagram and we saw 15k rings, which is actually very fair. We saw 15k rings, we saw 50,000 rings, we saw rings, but we didn't like them. I mean, there was none that just resonated with us. For me, a lot of them were popular. You know, you see this ring here, you see this ring there. It was becoming a problem. And one random day, we said we should go to the market. We went to main market in Warri. The first lady that we saw, that's when we saw my wedding ring, which you can see now. Then the other lady that we saw my other ring, which was like my engagement ring. But I wear that's my wedding ring. I wear any ring, sha. And then we saw Alaye's ring. Guys, we bought all 3 rings for 5,000 naira or less, between 4,000 naira and 5,000 naira. No, I'm not joking. I'm saying the wedding ring I'm currently wearing is like 2,500 ish. And you know, saying it now, I feel like I should be embarrassed saying it, but that is also peer pressure. Because guess what? The ring is not even what makes you married. It's just a symbol. Why are we buying a 100,000 naira ring? Why? Maybe in next 5 years. I'm not even saying that I cannot buy a ring of 70,000 naira. I cannot. That's not what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying is right now we cannot afford that kind of ring, and the cheaper ones that we could have afforded, we didn't like them. So in next 5 years, you might see one diamond bling on my hand. You know, I love my rings. Oh God, I love my rings. We both love our rings. You can't even shame me. You can't shame the shameless. I'm already here. Do you understand? I'm wearing the ring up and down. If you see me on the street and look at me like, this guy, that's your business. I'm married. Duh. And having sex. Anyway, another thing is shoes. You don't have to splurge on shoes. Don't tell me it's my wedding, I have to wear designers, 150,000. Buy 20,000 shoe and get the hell out. My wedding shoe was 5k. And it was fairly used. That's my wedding shoe. My traditional, I didn't buy a shoe for my traditional wedding. I was going to use my wedding shoe for my traditional wedding. But when I got home, I saw that my mom had a good shoe, so I used my mom's shoe. Everybody's car rentals. I entered his best friend's car. I entered Messi's car, which I wanted an old Mercedes, but I mean, I didn't get an old Mercedes. But Messi's car, my friend, is an old car, so it even gave me that vibe. Last tip I'm going to give you to help you save costs, that also helped us, is maximize your relationships with people. You know, don't be too shy to ask for a discount. Don't be too, you know, I don't want to. Guys, there's no shame in it. You don't have that much, you don't have that much. And they cannot reduce, it's also fine. It's not their fault. They are also trying to feed their families. You get someone that you can afford. So I hope that this video is of help to you if you're planning a wedding, or if you know a friend that's planning a very cost-effective wedding. I'd like to hear from you also. What are the things you think we do in weddings these days that we can just scrap and save money? I mean, I'm not talking about general just scrapping. The end point is to save money. I'd like to hear in your comment section. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. It's like, I don't know what day this is going to go up, but we're still doing a video every day for the next 2 weeks, and it is still mission 1,000 subscribers at the end of September. I know we can do this, guys. Join me. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like this video, share it to people that you know actually need it, and thank you. God bless you.